Weekday. If you like this video, please share it. Other people might find it useful. So today I want to talk about beer and bikes. Why? Because it's a case study. I know how y'all love case studies. So let's talk about the use of the mark Fat Tire, which is really a mark, really and truly, for beer. There's Fat Tire Ale. Let's talk about that in the context of descriptive marks. Now, I've said before that anything can serve as a trademark, right? But that comes with a caveat. Just because anything that's distinctive can serve as a trademark doesn't mean that every word can be used with every good or every service as a trademark. This is because you're prohibited from using generic or descriptive marks in conjunction with goods. So we have to look at whether or not the trademark is descriptive in the context of the goods. So for example, let's say that we have the mark Fat Tire. Fat Tire is a good trademark for beer, but it's not a good trademark for Fat Tire bicycles, for example. Why? Well, because remember, we cannot use a trademark that isn't distinctive. We can't use a trademark that is generic. In other words, it is the goods, right? So we can't use a trademark like car for cars. We also can't use as a trademark merely descriptive terms that describe the goods themselves, an essential quality of the goods, the purpose to what the goods are going to be put, or the end user of the goods. None of those things are good trademarks because they're not distinctive and they're not allowed because they're merely descriptive. So let's use that as a case study. So when we're talking about beer, now, Fat Tire can be a great trademark for beer because it is not descriptive of the goods, right? It doesn't describe beer. It doesn't describe the end user of the goods, right? And maybe we're talking about a spare tire. Maybe that would describe the people who drink too much beer, but Fat Tire, not so much. It doesn't describe the use to which the beer is going to be put. And it doesn't describe anything about the beer. It's sort of an arbitrary mark. Somebody just thought it would be cute to put a picture of a bicycle and use the word Fat Tire for their trademark for blonde ale. Now let's look at that same mark in the context of some other goods like bicycles. Now, I don't know if you know, but there are these things called Fat Tire bicycles, and people like to ride them in the snow. I know it sounds crazy, but there are some people out there who actually like to do that. So what would happen if we applied to register a trademark for the word Fat Tire for bicycles, for Fat Tire bicycles? Well, that would not be allowed because it is describing a characteristic of the goods. We're going to apply it to Fat Tire bicycles. So if we allow a company to register a Fat Tire trademark for Fat Tire bicycles, it's merely descriptive of the goods. It's not allowed. The other reason why we can't do that is because it would prevent other manufacturers of Fat Tire bicycles from using the mark on their goods using the term in conjunction with their goods to fairly describe their goods. It would prevent anyone else from using the term Fat Tire in conjunction with bicycles. They wouldn't be able to describe their Fat Tire bicycles. This is because a trademark gives the trademark registrant exclusive rights to those words with those goods throughout the entire United States. So anytime you are considering a trademark, please stop and consider before you apply, is this mark, ask yourself, is this mark descriptive of some quality of the goods or the user of the goods or the use or purpose of the goods? If the answer to any of those questions is yes, then you have a descriptive trademark, and I urge you to reconsider and maybe come up with another mark. Other marks that are better are suggestive marks that suggest qualities of the goods, like maybe your goods are sleek or fast or an excellent quality or whatever, but come up with some terms that suggest that rather than trying to describe them. I'm Angela Langlotz, and I go live here every day to talk about trademark law. You can find me online at TrademarkDoctor.net. And I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/trademarkdoctor. Please share this video if you found it useful.